The village had never been this quiet. Wooden walls creaked softly as a morning breeze passed through the settlement, carrying with it the scent of damp earth and old pine. Doors stood open, not in welcome, but in disbelief. Women gathered near the longhouse, their hands frozen mid-clap, their eyes fixed on the sight unfolding before them. A man walked forward, slow, deliberate, unafraid. He was tall, broad-shouldered, his body shaped by years of labor and conflict. A rough brown vest hung open against his chest, showing skin hardened by sun and scars earned without apology. His dark hair fell loosely around his face, framing eyes that did not seek permission from anyone. Beside him walked a woman. Her hand was tightly wrapped in his, as if letting go would cause the ground beneath her feet to vanish. She wore a simple pink dress, modest and buttoned high, the kind worn by women who were taught to be quiet, obedient, and invisible. Yet today she was none of those things. Her face carried shock, yes, but also something new. Something dangerous. Hope. Whispers moved faster than footsteps. That's her. He actually did it. They said he wouldn't dare. The man did not look left or right. He knew the weight of the moment. Every step echoed against years of unspoken rules. In this village, a woman like her did not walk freely. She did not choose. She obeyed, until now. Her name was Eliza Hartwell, daughter of a strict household, promised long ago to a man twice her age, a union meant to secure land, not love. She had lived her life behind closed shutters, watching seasons change through narrow windows. The man holding her hand was Caleb Rowan, a laborer, a fighter, a man the village respected but never trusted. He had returned months ago after years away, carrying silence instead of stories. Some said he had fought wars. Others said he had buried his past with his fists. Only one thing was certain. Caleb Rowan did not bend. As they reached the center of the yard, the clapping grew louder, not joyful, not mocking but uncertain. The women clapped because they did not know what else to do. This moment demanded a response, and silence felt like betrayal. Eliza's breath trembled. They're all watching, she whispered. I know, Caleb replied calmly. Let them. Her fingers tightened around his. Only hours earlier, she had stood in her father's house, trembling as arrangements were finalized without her consent. The words marriage, duty, obedience had fallen like chains around her neck. She had run, straight to the only man who had ever looked at her as if she were more than an agreement. Caleb had listened. Then he had done something no one expected. He had stood up. I won't hide you, he had said, and I won't run. Now here they were. The longhouse door behind them creaked wider, and an older man stepped out, Eliza's father. His face was red with rage and humiliation. Bring her back, he demanded. This ends now. Caleb stopped walking. The village froze. He turned slowly, his voice steady, carrying farther than a shout ever could. She's not property, he said, and she's not going anywhere she doesn't choose. A murmur rippled through the crowd. Eliza lifted her chin. For the first time in her life, she did not lower her eyes. I choose this, she said, her voice shaking but clear. Her words landed heavier than any blow. The village had witnessed many things over the years. Hard winters, cruel losses, silent suffering, but they had never seen a woman choose. And they had never seen a man stand beside her without fear. That night, the village did not sleep. Candles burned longer than usual, and conversations whispered behind thin wooden walls. Some spoke of rebellion. Others spoke of courage. Many spoke of consequences. Caleb and Eliza stayed in the small cabin at the edge of the woods, the one Caleb had rebuilt himself after returning. It was simple, honest, safe. Eliza stood near the window, staring into the darkness. Do you regret it? She asked quietly. Caleb looked up from the table where he was cleaning his hands, the same steady movements he had used his entire life. No, he answered. Do you? She thought of her father's face, the life she had known, the certainty she had abandoned. Then she thought of the walk, of her hand in his. No, she said. I'm afraid, but I don't regret it. Caleb nodded. Fear means it matters. Outside, footsteps approached. Caleb stiffened. 3 men stood at the door, village elders. Not enemies, but not allies either. Men who measured order above justice. You've caused unrest, one of them said. People are asking questions. They should have asked them years ago, Caleb replied. The eldest sighed. You can't change the world by holding a hand. Caleb glanced at Eliza. Maybe not, he said. But this hand won't be let go. Silence followed. Finally, the elder spoke again. Then understand this. Standing together comes with a price. Eliza stepped forward before Caleb could respond. We'll pay it, she said. The men left without another word. Later, as dawn crept through the trees, Eliza rested her head against Caleb's shoulder. For the first time, she said softly, my life feels like it belongs to me. Caleb stared into the morning light. Then it was worth everything. Outside, the village woke to a new day, one where something had shifted, something fragile, dangerous, and unstoppable, not because of anger, but because two people had dared to walk forward together.